God says to forgive those who harmed you. That He will take care of it. You must forgive because when you don't, you make the pain that someone else gave you last longer. Every time you don't forgive, you're telling the other person, you are the most important thing in my life. Nothing that I have right now or am working towards to will ever be more meaningful than what you did to me. Because that is the truth. If you're so focused on what was done to you, is because you're expecting things from everyone else but yourself. They weren't supposed to be bad, but at the same time you were supposed to be wiser, to make better decisions, to choose better people. Why did those things happen? Were there clues, red flags, and you just didn't care? Or thought that the same thing would not happen to you? What lessons did you learn? It might not seem good at the moment, but now you know what not to do. To be more careful into who you put your trust into. And be honest with yourself, nothing really has changed, it has just been exposed for what it truly is. Would you have liked to keep living in that illusion? You're not who you thought you were, the world is not how you thought it to be. Now what? Will you adapt to it and become stronger, or will you hold a grudge and make yourself a victim? Forgiveness isn't about forgetting. Don't allow yourself to fall for the same trick, don't allow for a person who doesn't have your best interest in their heart to take advantage of you. For people are people and we're all in different stages in our lives. Do you remember when you were in a low stage in your life and what you did? It might not have been as bad as what was done to you, but how do you know? You don't know the ripple effect that your actions had, you don't know if what you did was the worst thing that has ever happened to that person. And God sends us people our way to make us grow. What you perceive as an offense was maybe God's way of sending you a catalyst, a test, that you are currently failing because of your ego. Can you find a way of letting this person go? It doesn't matter if they never change. Did you? That hurt it is just a weight on your shoulders, and all you have to do is let go. You say you can't let go because you want justice, but you know it's revenge. No one hurts you and gets away with it. They won't. However, it's not your job to make them pay, it's God's. God doesn't want you to corrupt your soul as those people already did. We constantly forget that what has happened in the flesh. And the most important thing as God's children is to overcome our basic flesh instincts, desires. Showing to the devil that he can tempt us all as he wants, but with the grace of God we choose positivity and calmness, over negativity and turbulence. God is love. Do you think He'll want to be with someone who burdens negative emotions, constantly focused on what was done wrong, instead of focusing on Him and the blessings He has to offer? How can God bless you with something new and better, if you're focused on what's old and damaged? Even if He gives you a better thing right now, with your current mindset you're just going to ruin it. You're going to bring that gift down to your vibrational level. You can change what you focus on. That hurt, that pain is just a distraction. As long as you are focused on what was done wrong to you, you don't have to focus on what is wrong with you. And instead of making yourself right, you try it in vain to make others right. Don't you believe in God? Don't you think He'll make things right for you? You're crying for those who don't deserve it, your blood pressure is through the roof, while they're living their life, laughing about what was done to you. If you can't forgive, and don't admit your part in that situation, you'll always see yourself as just a victim, you'll never move forward in life. And then eventually you'll want to take matters into your own hands. Not knowing how the situation might escalate. And what was once a learning curve, became a lifelong problem. And once you get revenge, then what? What happened. The damage was already done. And the time you wasted is something that you'll never get back.